Do-do-do-do-do. Sitting in a high, no one ever knows. In the candidates debate, laugh about it, shout about it when you've got to choose. Every way you look at it, you lose. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio? Our nation turns its lonely eyes to you. Woo, woo, woo. What's that you say, Mrs. Robinson? Joe DiJoe has left and gone away. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Morning, friends, or in your case, good evening. It's a very sad day today. It's the last day of my holidays. Very unsatisfactory. Two glorious weeks disappeared in the drop of a hat. In a flash, I say. In a flash. I did. I did. Would you believe, and this is unusual for me, the first Origin game coincided with the death of my cat, so I wasn't feeling very good about that. And then the second Origin game coincided with the fact that I knew we were going to get fucking smashed, so I didn't watch it. But the third Origin game I watched because I just knew it in my bones that we were going to win. G'day, Draxy. Hello, Gregory Topoulos. Broadside. Everyone else that exists. We're all excited, no doubt, to see the commencement of me painting this Walrus Guy, or rather the finish of me painting this Walrus Guy. So get excited for that. But we're going to do the base today, I think. Yeah, just so everyone remembers, this is the giveaway for this month. It's Walrus Guy. This is what he looks like right now. So we're going to try and paint his base, but I don't really know what colours. We're going to do some resin pour, I think, some water effects at the bottom here. So let's think about that. Where have you gone, Joe DiMaggio, our nation? Oh, no, Nightbot's. Nightbot, I turned him off because I've got Flixbot going on now. Check this out. Ready? I think it's shout out at Gregory. It's called Big Denobot. Yes. Yes. Big Denobot is here. I haven't done anything else other than shout out. I haven't set up any fucking other custom commands or anything, so don't try anything else, but he's here. Big Denobot is here. The guy. You know what colour I think I'm going to use? There was a colour that I really liked. It was called something green grey, and it was a AK 3rd gen colour, but turn on my sounds. G'day, Necromancer. Here we go, Anthracite Grey. I like that. Yeah, I can do all sorts of cool shit with Flixbot now. So I'm going to do that. Eventually. When I decide that it is more important for me to do that than to paint toy soldiers, which is rarely the case. What colour is that? Purulent yellow. G'day, Gore the Frank. That's a nice colour. I like that. Pistachio is a punchy colour. Just grabbing some. Here we go. Dark green, grey. Just grabbing some colours. Still haven't got my vortex mixer for fuck's sake. Alright, that should do us to start us off. Everywhere. You can give 1 lifetime subscription. Oh, yes. Big Deno Bot is the lifetime subscriber to Deno. What does that give him? Hey, very cool. Did you order it from, I thought he sold out of those, so you probably ordered it from Figone, did you? Or somewhere else? Hey, Miss Jana. Early morning for you, mate. Or is it still late night? Oh, sorry, yeah, the figure, not the bust. I'm misremembering. That is early. In the morning. Technically. Okay. Let's try some colours. So I got some exciting stuff to show off today. Some stuff. I'm gonna have to shave my beard on tonight too before I go to work tomorrow. Ugh. Back to work. What a glorious. Oh no, this is the same one. We're finishing off this guy. We're giving him away this month as a giveaway, so we're going to finish him off, probably. Yeah, this beard, mate. I've been growing this for fucking 2 weeks. Yeah, so I had a delivery on Friday from Word Miniatures, which is pretty cool. I've got a big stack of boxes behind my head for when I start streaming some painting of their toy soldiers next month. Going to be streaming it on their channel. Go Paul. Hey Paul. Hey Paul. So that's cool. We're going to be able to have a look through some of their figures. First of all, and then secondly, I have a completed Curse City box sitting right beside me that we can have a look through, because it came out pretty cool, I think. I think so anyway. I always like painting bases because you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Yeah, we'll probably play Camelot maybe 3 or 4 times today. What do you reckon? No, I don't know. Don't know if we'll need to play Camelot. I doubt we'll get raided today. I don't normally get raided on a Sunday morning, which is Saturday night for my friends. We get to raid some new cool people usually. Thanks for hosting, Miss Jonah. Hey! Happy Sunday morning to you, Foxalotl, in lockdown. Hope you are travelling okay, mate. Sunday morning, rain is falling. That's one option you could go with if you wanted to sing a song about Sunday mornings. The other one, which I would much prefer, is That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah, yeah. That's why I'm easy. Thanks, Gladys. It's all fun and games until people's livelihoods go begging, and then it's very depressing. We've got some interesting times at the moment in Australia with lockdowns and so on. G'day, the Game Father Foe 42. Welcome, mate. They are pretty nice models. I think they're very cool. Literally I say, I'm not going to get raided tonight, friends. Not going to get raided. 2 raids at the same time. Hello, Metalhead Minis. How are you champion? Thanks for the raid. It's been a while. Hope you're going well. And then also, thanks for the raid, the Game Father. You guys are amazing. And Topulus has decided to make me sing a song. What can I sing for you? Oh. Let me get my Curse City out so I can show you that. Hello, new friends. Oh, I don't know. Did you just Google Walrus songs? Seriously? Because I don't know that song. Here's the first of my Curse City trays. You're just a clown, mate. I don't know the Beatles. Actually, I do know the Beatles. I don't know that song. What song would you like me to sing that isn't that song because I don't know that song? Here's my second try. Any Beatles? Hey Jude, don't make it sad, bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let 'em into your heart. Something else happens. Na 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 na. Hey Jude. All right, I'm just going to show you my Curse City. Top of the list, you're an idiot. Why would you pick the Beatles? Okay, this is the dude I finished on stream the other day, sort of. Ogre dude. I better zoom in so we can see these chaps. G'day MK Finder, what's going on? And make it better. Hey Jude. Alright, so I think I'm just going to show off most of the models from this because I haven't shown them off that much, but yeah. He was the one I did on my 6-hour stream. This was the other one I did on my 6-hour stream. Little shooty arrow chick. Pew, 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 pew. And the other one I did on my stream was, I think that was it, wasn't it? Oh no, I did Wizard Guy. Yeah, these are awesome. Wizard Guy. Wizard Guy. He came out really cool. He's one of my favourites. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll just show off all the models because I think they're awesome. This is the other one that you wouldn't have seen that I painted on at my house when I was by myself in the private, quiet times at my house. Witch Hunter Guy. Yeah, is my favourite model in the whole set, so I might even zoom in on her a bit actually because I did a really good job on her. Here, I'll let you see her close. I did heaps of work on her face. Thanks, Dead Lower Door. Yeah, this chick's gonna be who I'll play, probably, or the ogre, but probably this chick. Yeah, I like her. Anyway, what were your friends painting in your streams? Both of your friends. That's all cool. Tell you what I want, what you really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. And I did these two guys, which I don't think everyone's seen. Actually, these bad guys. I don't remember what their name is, but and I think you've seen everyone else, but I'll just do a quick cliff notes of the cool models. These guys are sick. Sick. Thanks, mate. Shovel Guy. Shovel Guy came out pretty cool. Actually, when I look at Shovel Guy, I think I might have got the lighting slightly wrong. Like if you have a look at him, and you look at him from here, and you see light on this side, there should actually be more light on the shovel, and potentially here as well, based on how I've highlighted the rest of it. But I didn't quite nail that. Looks okay from that angle, I suppose. But this is the angle you want to look at him at. So just missing a little bit of red there is a shame. Yep, shark dick, correct. And yeah, little skeletons and stuff, so pretty exciting. I'm very pleased with how this set came out. I think it's yeah, I think it's a pretty cool set. It's great models, so no one seems to be interested in buying it. I wonder if it's because it's a shit game. That's probably why. They're fucking sick dudes. Alright. Let's keep going with Walrus Guy. Nah, we were going to play Tuesday because I've finished painting now, but actually I think what we're going to do is play more Oath on Tuesday because we're excited about playing Oath. Yeah, I think so. Well, I haven't tried putting it on eBay yet, which I probably will try maybe. Where the fuck is Space Wolves Grey? It's called a Lance. Hello. That's Shaiish Purple. That's Black Templar. That's brown. There it is. Looks green. Hey, what's going on? Enjoy your lurking. One of my favourite things to paint is bases and natural stuff because you can just do like shit tons of colours and it always looks better. I've got like 17 contrast paints out now. Let's go. Let's get in there. Don't like how this blue is looking at the moment up here, so I'm going to take that away. What did they send you an email about, Paulie? Didn't they sell out really quickly? Very good, very good. Marketing at its finest. Come buy our product, guys. It actually sold out yesterday, but we'd love you to come and check it out. Sure, Sleepy Slang. Would love to see it, mate. Yes, mate. It's 9:30 a.m. for me on Sunday morning, the day before I go back to work after 2 weeks of holidays. How saddening. Sigh. Alright, let's let that dry while we have a look at this. Oh yes, did you enjoy it? It was good. When I reflect on it, I feel like it was the least impressive of the three Marvel series thus far. And just felt very much like I knew exactly what was going to happen at each beat, but that didn't make it bad. It was a lot more familiar than WandaVision, which made me enjoy it when I was watching it, that it just dived back into some familiarity. But yeah, we can spoil Loki. It's been what, nearly a week, so it did. Yeah, it definitely did that. Okay, well, we shan't be spoiling Loki then. My only issue with the medal is the lack of environmental colours. I feel like everything is correct. Maybe this shoulder pad might need a little bit more light on the top edge, and maybe you could run an edge around that one as well, both sides. No, that's fine, mate. We'll do a non-spoiler discussion. So, yeah, really cool. So just get some environmental colours when you do the rest of the colours in the area. You just need to incorporate some other colours. So here's my feeling on Loki. I said this on Wednesday on my 6-hour stream, that the only thing I wanted from it was it not to feel like it was just a setup for the next movie. I did not get my wish. It was exactly like that. It was just like the most interesting episode to have happen after what I felt like was the best episode of the show, to then follow up with a very expositional setup for the next film. It was frustrating, not the right word, because it was awesome, but the whole time I was just like, oh, I didn't want this to be what it was about. True. So it was great. And I think overall it was the best of the three. So on reflection now, on reflection, I rate them Loki, WandaVision, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier. Which is interesting because as I was watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, I felt like it was better than WandaVision. But in the cold light of day, I don't feel like that is the case. It was a fantastic introduction of that character, who we shan't spoiler. I just think overall it was a show that had a much better rating. I'm going to ban that. I'm just going to delete that message. I think I can do that. Can I do that? Maybe not. Probably not. It just had a much better tempo, I think, than some of the others. I think the acting in it was fantastic. Yeah, it was just the winner for me. I was correct. And I don't think it's too much of a spoiler, Topless, because they announced that character was appearing in Spider-Man, and the actor that they'd cast to play him. So, yeah. I'm definitely going to watch it. I don't know that I'm going to love it, but I'm going to watch it. Anything that's got more Peggy Carter, though, I'm in. So, where did you stop, Paulie? So the one after Endgame, Spider-Man Far From Home. Okay. Well, in that case, I definitely think you should pick it up because Endgame was just a fantastic experience. It was a culmination of 20 odd movies and 11 years worth of filmmaking, and it ended the saga in so many ways. And it just had so many, I use the term fan service even though it's not really an expression that I agree with because it has negative connotations, but there was so much fan service in that Endgame that just finished off moments that had occurred throughout the entire run of movies, and they were all awesome. So I think, yeah, watching Endgame is well worthwhile. I wouldn't suggest, if you don't want to keep up with all the Marvel movies, right? If you're just like, yeah, I've had enough of fucking watching these fucking films all the time, that would be the one to stop. I think stop at. Having said that, all of the TV shows have been really, really good, and they follow on from Endgame. The second Spider-Man movie was okay. It wasn't as good as the first one, but it was okay. And then, what have we had since then? Black Widow. It's the only other one, I think. And Black Widow was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah, there was a first one called Spider-Man Homecoming, which was so named because it was the homecoming of Spider-Man to the Marvel Cinematic Universe after existing only as a Sony property. And then there was a second one after that, which is called Spider-Man Far From Home, which had him overseas. And then, what's the third one called? The third one's coming out at the end of the year. Has it also got home in the title? It does. I wonder if they're doing something like that, thematically speaking. Yeah, but Homecoming was fantastic. Like, if I had to pick top 5 Marvel movies, Homecoming probably gets on the list because it was that good. Michael Keaton was unreal. It was just a really well constructed film all round. But that would have been a few years ago. I would have said that. I don't know if I could say that anymore. I think some other ones have overtaken it. But yeah, the two Spider-Man movies are both worth watching, particularly the first one. My girlfriend enjoyed Loki. She hasn't watched any of the others, but she enjoyed. I'll give you my top 5 if you like. So, I think my top 5 would be Endgame and Infinity War, the two of them, just because of the scope. It's fantastic. Thor Ragnarok was laugh a minute classic. Definitely rate that. I would think probably the Winter Soldier or Civil War, one of those two. I don't know if I could include both of them. And then it would be like a 7-way tie between Guardians of the Galaxy 1, Spider-Man 1, the original Avengers, just because it paved the way for everything else. And at the time I was just like, this is the fucking greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. The original Captain America was great, just because I love Steve Rogers. Probably none of the Iron Man movies. I don't think they're as good alone as they are. I don't think Tony Stark's as good in individual films as he is in an ensemble. Like he steals the show in an ensemble, I think, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, Iron Man 1, I rewatched it not that long ago, and it's good. Like, it's a good film. It just shows its age, I feel like. Yeah, it's been a while since I've watched Winter Soldier, but I think it would probably get the nod over Civil War, maybe. I don't know, Civil War introduced Spidey, which was cool. But like, Thor Ragnarok and Guardians of the Galaxy were probably the two most unexpected. Like when you watch the other ones, the other Thor, you're like, what the fuck is this movie? It's like it was on drugs. It was the best. And then Guardians of the Galaxy was just a masterstroke. Oh, I blew up about this in the cinema. I absolutely lost my shit. You remember in Endgame where they rehashed that elevator scene? For fans of the comics, right? For fans of the comics, the way that elevator scene played out in Endgame was literally one of the greatest fucking moments in film, I reckon, because of the furor that happened in the comics. There was an issue of Captain America in the comics where at the end of it, Cap said, "Hail Hydra," and he was wearing like a Hydra outfit. He was like Captain of Hydra or something, and it just like crashed everyone's brains. Everyone was like, "This is fuck. Cap's not a fucking Hydra agent." Blah blah blah. Yeah. Oh, was it? Well, the way that they incorporated that, g'day little grip, in Endgame, I lost it. I fucking lost it. I was like, this is the greatest. Yeah, I thought it was in the main continuity because everyone was fucking upset about it. But then it panned out that it wasn't actually Captain America being a Hydra agent. It was, yeah, him being undercover and shit. Anyway, the fact that they did that, when I was in the cinema and I watched it, I was like, oh, that's what happened to the guy. Oh. And my girlfriend was like, what are you talking about? I was like, that's just like the fucking funniest and best way to incorporate that. I love it. Mind you, I don't like disagreeing with Wampa. He's normally right. Little Griff, we're painting a base for this Walrus Guy. At the moment, we'll probably paint some Walrus Guy soon. Yeah, the cap Melanie was legit. So legit. I think, like I said this the other day, I was watching fucking just like reaction videos of Endgame on YouTube the other night, and I still, when Cap gets hammered, I'm just like, oh, I get goosebumps. And then when you hear Sam's voice on your left in the rest of that shit happens, mate, I lose it. I fucking tears in my eyes. I'm so excited. It's the best. Yeah, and I agree with you, Gregory. That Ragnarok just was fucking stunning. Because it was so unexpected. Like both Guardians and Thor Ragnarok were very subversive in terms of what, like, particularly when there was a whole vibe with Thor that was all about the stage performance stuff. Yeah, that's cool, Little Griff. What factions did you play? If you're having trouble with that, mate, try get yourself a like a medium, like this sort of stuff, this magic mix medium or something like that. Yeah. That was a hilarious moment, hey? But everything about Thor Ragnarok was fucking the best. The music. Hulk was fucking hysterical. Thor became one of the funniest characters. The villain was great. Loki's arc was great. Well, I use a medium, but yeah, an airbrush thinner will work pretty well. You just want some sort of agent to assist the paints to be diluted without necessarily using water, because water can sometimes separate the binding agent from the pigments. I don't know that I've tried it, but any medium should work well. So I know they confirmed they're doing a Fantastic Four. Have they? They haven't announced whether they're bringing back those other people from the Fox one, the really bad one. I did like Kate Mara. I do like her. The Reed Richards was just a naff choice. But I didn't mind their take on Doctor Doom. Cool. Yeah, Korg was the best. Someone told me the other day, and I hadn't fucking realised this, that the whole Korg joke, the whole Korg thing, was he was just a massive rock, paper, scissors joke. I completely did not get on this. But Korg's made of rocks, and he got beaten by paper because he didn't print enough pamphlets. His friend makes scissors. Oh, I can't believe I missed that at the time, but it's a gold. Taika Waititi doing his best work. The new Fantastic Four movie was fine. It wasn't terrible. Stones the rubber man. So we've got some word miniatures to look at soon. Let's have a look at some of those soon. Indeed, yes, Lil Griff, we started our conversation based on a non-spoiler review of Loki, and then it's just evolved since then. I very much enjoyed Loki. My girlfriend also enjoyed it, which is good. It was the first one I was able to convince her to watch. Yep, most of us have seen Black Widow. I also liked Black Widow. It was significantly funnier than I was expecting it to be, and reinforced to me what a big loss Scarlett Johansson's going to be from the MCU, because I do think she is brilliant. But there's a new character who will be very good. Yeah, it was a winner for me too. Yeah, I rate them Loki, WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think Loki edged out WandaVision because of the. I mean, I think the acting in WandaVision was fantastic as well, but it was maybe just a bit weird. Yeah, there was a lot more action than spy-oriented stuff. They call back to Budapest, actually, like they did in the first Avengers movie. Just like Budapest. You and I remember Budapest very differently. And just in a completely unrelated note, how hot is Rachel Weisz, eh? Fuck, I was in love with her after the Mummy movies. She was just... And then here she is kicking ass in Black Widow. Fantastic. Oh, she was awesome in Constantine. Yeah, I really liked her character in Black Widow. We're about to dive into the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they don't really lean on the existing characters that much. Or certainly not the main players. going to be carried by Spidey, by Wanda, possibly by Loki. Well, based on the end of the Loki TV show, I think we are in for a wild, wild ride. Whereas the phases 1 to 3 were ambitious in terms of what they were trying to do in terms of filmmaking, like, you know, the amount of actors that they had in Endgame and blah 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 was just ambitious, right? It had never been done before. But the movies were fairly conventional. That whole next fucking phase of multiversal war, variants, time travel, it's got the potential to just be like fucking, and I wonder if they'll lose people because they just get too crazy. It's going to be very interesting times. There's every possibility, Wampa, that he will not be the big bad. Indeed, it was confirmed and the actor was announced. But if you don't follow much of what's going on, it may have been a surprise. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, mate. I don't think it's a lay down misère in any way, shape or form. I mean, they've teased Mephisto several times. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what it ends up looking like, because it could go in many different directions. It's way too early. The way that they tease Thanos in several movies before revealing him, I think it might be a bit of a fake. Yeah, could be Galactus, absolutely. That's the thing. It could just be a big old fake where they're like, hey everyone, look at this guy, yeah, here's the actor who's playing him and he's really, really big and important, and then bang, pull the rug out from under us and it's some other fucking bad guy pulling the strings the whole time. We'll see. We'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Hope I don't die in the next 10 years, because that'd be a shame to miss out on all of those films. That's something I said to my missus like 10 years ago. I just desperately hope that I don't die before all the Hobbit movies come out, because I want to see them so badly. Fucking live to regret those words. They hold the rubber man. Not quite that bad, but it wasn't great, was it? PJ, what are you doing to us, mate? Turn a fucking 50-page book into 3 movies that are longer than the original trilogy. You're killing me. Oh, yeah? How are you enjoying it? Is it your first time you've read them, or are you reading them for another time? There's a video on YouTube. It's like a hypothesis video. What if Anakin didn't hate sand? Oh, I love the internet so much. How are you finding them? How are you finding them when you first read through? It's been a long, long time since those books came out into the world domain, and I think people's reading tastes have changed. I think people's experiences have changed. Yeah, I mean, he's a crazy writer, a crazy good writer. His command of language, given what he did for a profession. But yeah. Didn't Sam Raimi do like Xena? I feel like he did Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah. And I know he did the original 3 Spider-Man films. G'day Sea Minerals. Combat Poetry, that's all time, mate. That's all time. Well done. Nice way to pop into the stream. This is just a tree on a base for Walrus Guy. Let's put Walrus Guy on there and see how it looks actually. Walrus Guy is this month's giveaway. Oh wow, what an absolute peanut I am. Here's me highlighting this thinking that this was the fucking direction. What an absolute knob end. I'm gonna have to add some more shit on this side now. Oh well. That looks good. Does look good from this angle though. Maybe we can say for the first time I painted the back of a tree. It's alright. Well, this is frozen-ish looking, isn't it? Don't you reckon? It's pretty frozen. Sort of, I guess. Alright, let's add a bit more blue. At Wampa's request, a bit more blue. Early days, mate. We're going to do the old airbrushing soon. That'll tweak things down. I don't necessarily know that I want it to be frozen like tundra anyway. I mean, he is a frozen guy, isn't he? G'day, GM Lee. How are you, mate? Does need some more pink, you're right. Everything's better with pink. He does have a bit of a tropical palette though. greens and so forth. Oh yeah, Anna posted me a picture of her paintings top. What a fucking legend she is. I asked her if she wanted to do a... oh, you're probably playing D&D, sorry mate. It's D&D time for you, isn't it? Hey, let's have a look at some cool stuff that I got sent from Word Miniatures. Sleepy Slang, you and that fucking Crusader, mate. Do you want to buy it? I'll sell it to you. I will. I got all this shit. Check this out. Boom, boxes of shit. Let's have a look at them. So, because I'm doing some painting on Word Miniatures channel, on their streaming channel soon, they sent me some models to paint, and I said to them basically, hey guys, I don't know fucking anything about your games. They were like, cool, here's some models. So some of them are pre-assembled plastics from this game called The Other Side, which is that one. And the detail's really cool, so I'm keen to try that out. And then some of them are the Word Malifaux models, which are these ones. And I like these a lot. So this guy, Mikhail, what about that mad sword? I'm excited to do that. This fucking undead horse looks cool. These little guys are pretty fun to paint as well. Less excited about that chick. So the only issue is that I've observed is that they're really small, and I think this was called out. They're no smaller than Kingdom Death though, so yeah, I mean, I'll just grab a like roughly the same size as a G-Dub figure, I suppose. Little goblin too. Yeah. So yeah, so that'll be fun. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing is a diorama using these models. And initially I was like, yeah, I'm going to pick some cool models to do a diorama with them. And then they just sent me these ones. So this guy's mad. Look at this. It's like a fucking Horseman of the Apocalypse. I love it. It's got a horn, a metal horn. Yeah, I don't know. So, but because we've got this like undead horse and this undead horse, we can maybe do an undead versus some other people thing. Anyway, so they're like, Malifaux's like traditional fantasy, well maybe more like gothic horror, but then the other side is like futuristic. Check the size of this fucking thing out. Oh yeah, that's from that box. Look at this box. Fucking mad, eh? Buzz. Buzz, buzz, buzz. That's the music from Pacific Rim, by the way, because he's like a fucking robot. Yeah, pretty cool model. I'm going to paint these on the Word Miniatures stream. So they'll be doing a stream very soon on their channel directly. Yeah, robots. The artwork on these guys is a fucking classicist, right? This guy. Love the art style. Love the art style. Absolutely stunning. And so yeah, there's little fucking dudes riding giant chickens, rabbit, this guy on a fucking tree, and then this dude on a pig. If those aren't the fucking coolest models I've ever seen, I don't know what is. So what I was thinking was I'll paint a diorama using the other boxes, and I'll paint these to be a gaming thing. Because these fucking 4 dudes are the coolest guys. I don't know what they are like in the game, or if you can even use them in a game. I'm assuming you are, because this is like a gaming box. So there's that one, and then the last one they sent me, which is probably the coolest, and it makes me wonder if the dude was watching my stream who sent this to me. But they sent me the fucking terrain box, because I was talking about how good the terrain box was. Oh, g'day Anna. People who are on the stream when I was doing this would be like, fuck yeah. So they sent me the terrain box, which has got fucking a fountain and all sorts of cool shit. So these will be used for the diorama and other bits for myself. So that's the plan. We're going to do a pig warband, a little goblin riding dude's warband, and we're going to do a diorama using the other ones, and then we'll probably just paint the robot and then other little chick on a base. I could do a display version of the robot on a big base and stuff, with the chick underneath him like they're friends. So that'd be fun. Yeah, so that's going to start the whole Word streaming channel. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to talk about it, but I'm going to anyway. I'm sure they'll be fine with it. Probably. It's starting next month sometime. They're going to have a whole channel. There's going to be a variety of people streaming on there. And yeah, I'm not sure what times I'm going to be doing yet, because we're still nutting out the calendar, the specifics of the times of when I'll be doing it. But you know me, opportunity to paint some toy soldiers, sign me the fuck up. But I'm not going to be like doing heaps of streams for them, replacing my stream or anything like that. I might even only do 1 or 2 a month. Just so I've got some different models to try painting, and I'm going to try and pace myself so that I only do those things on stream, which will be interesting. Oh, I got some good Hugo photos too today from the other day, in a video of him just being the world's biggest pest. He's such a cutie. This was him at my girlfriend's house the other day. I think it's like a tree. I think it's like a ruined tree. It's kind of both of them. Yeah, little chicken nugget. Here he is. Like, hello. We had a good time on holidays. He's been a good boy. This one's my favourite when he does this. He goes and sleeps in the sun, and he just gets contorted into funny positions. He you can see he's got a little step there for my girlfriend's bed. I bought him a little step so he can get up on the bed, so he can go and sleep there whenever he wants. Little boy. Here is an example of him sleeping. We should get some Hugo emotes, eh? That'd be legit. Little boy. Ah, he's a good kid. Yeah, he's a funny little dude. I like him. I like hanging out with him. Yeah, I'm gonna do probably a post on my socials, just to talk about the product. So my experience with red grass in the past, I used it once, and that was in Monty, in the speed painting challenge. One of the guys there had a palette, and we used that. And at the time, I was like, "That's fine. I don't think it's any different to my existing palette." And that was on a very limited time frame of painting. So when I decided to try them again, I got the bigger one, obviously, because I use a big, very big space for my paints. And they sent me the paper, the new membrane, as well as the other stuff. So first of all, on the sponge and the palette itself, it's really, really useful having a sponge that is not a colour, that is a neutral colour. It's an interesting thing that you'll find when you have a coloured sponge, like a blue sponge or a red sponge or a pink sponge like I used to use, that it will actually change the way you see the colours on the palette, which will tint them slightly when you put them on the model. It's probably fairly subtle, but it is a thing that happens. So having a neutral colour really lets you get your mixes absolutely perfect, and understand the colours a lot better. So that's a good thing. And the second thing about the sponge that I like is it's consistent across the whole surface, whereas with these other sponges that I've used in the past, they have this ridged side, and then this side has some other stuff. So the contact with the paper is a little bit uneven. I don't think it's a massive thing that you'll notice a change, but it's certainly made for those two things have made that the usage of that palette better. Their paper is slightly better than the baking paper that I use, just the normal paper. It's extremely durable. I haven't had any of the stuff pilling on there, like any of the paper coming away. Mind you, I didn't have anything like that with the Multics, but what I've noticed is, and it may just be a combination of the palette and the paper being slightly better than the previous setup, but the paint stays much more workable for significantly longer, and it also is it has a nicer consistency on the palette as well when I use it. So I think overall I would recommend the palette and the paper as a step up. Now, whether or not it's worth the $70 or $80 versus the $6 that I spent on my palette, it probably is in the long run if you're going to be doing a shit ton of painting. I don't know if that's the case in the short term, like if you're only painting a couple of hours a week or whatever, maybe not. But it wouldn't hurt you know, if you're one of those people that likes to have the best of things, this is definitely probably the best palette that I've used. The only negative I've got to say is about the membrane, the new membrane. I'm not a fan of the new membrane at all. Doesn't work for me and how I paint. It just, the paint reacted differently on the paper than it does to this stuff, and in a way that didn't suit the way that I paint. Now, absolutely, it was durable. Absolutely, you could reuse it. Fantastic, but not for me. I will quite happily recommend the wet palette, and I'll quite happily recommend the reusable or the normal sheets, but the membrane, the new membrane, is not going to be used by me. I've tried their paintbrushes. I only got big ones, but I've got a smaller size paintbrush which I'd like to try at 2.0, so we'll see how that one goes, because the one was rubbish. Maybe this isn't a promising start. See how that brush ends up when I've finished fixing it. So we'll give that a try soon. And then I also got a little handle. A little handle doobie wacky. This bad boy. I think they're synthetic. So this is like a handle. It's got two. You can use it in two ways. It's got this little jobbo that comes off. And I've got like several of these little bad boys. These are more designed for painters that are painting gaming pieces. Like, this isn't really big enough for the stuff I paint normally. So this isn't the most useful thing for me. Right, so you put that on there, then they've got some putty and stuff, and then you can just like attach your dudes to the putty the same way that you would. I've just used like old Games Workshop paint pots and little bits of wood and stuff with blue tack on them. It's exactly the same, right? Having something to hold on to is great. This does feel ergonomic and comfortable, and you can rotate this around, which I think once you got used to it would be pretty nice. My only issue with this really is the fact that, hey, I'm not going to use it because it's just not it's not really big enough for what I do. Like this guy, you could barely even fit his feet on there. So maybe on a bust, maybe if I was going to do a bust, like I could probably magnetize this guy like that and paint him like that, and we can try that out. I guess, yeah, the handle's nice. It feels really comfortable, and this would be great. And if I was using this when I was doing my Curse City models, it would have been absolutely banger because I magnetized all of them. So that would have been super cool, and then I could have like twisted it around and done whatever. But yeah, I basically got this and put it in my little tray of things to use. When I get around to using it, it will be fine, but it's no different to the other stuff. So whatever's bros. There you go, there's a little review of the Redgrass products for you all. Yeah, good call. Yep, good call. We'll do so. Alright, so let's just add some greenish. This colour is really, really strong. Didn't shake it enough. Oh, thanks, Anna. Topless made me sing a song before and it was rubbish. Would you like to get me to sing a song? I'll let you pick one because the one that he chose was terrible. I look super mad all the time. I've got a very angry face. Ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Boom, boom, boom. Even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you. Now it's time to let it through. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Floating in the wind, wanting to start again. Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow from caving in? You just gotta ignite the light and let it shine like the 4th of July. Kit Boga. No, never heard of Kit Boga. Alright, let's paint some walrus. Oh! No, I do know that guy. I've watched that dude's videos. I have. Is that the dude who wears glasses and pretends to be a woman? By using voice software? I do know that guy. Yeah. Alright, let's paint some walrus. Walrus Guy, dancing here and there and everywhere. My adventure that's beyond compare. You are the Walrus Guy. got to think about Walrus Guy. What do we want to do with the strappies? On your topless. See you, mate. See you, Anna. See you, doggo. They are the gummy bears. Alright, lots of little strappy things down here. It does depend what I'm doing at the time, but I generally don't use very dilute paints. Let me see if I can so this is the one I'm using at the moment, over here, this one. It's not very dilute. I mean, it's diluted, but it's not super dilute, which isn't really helpful, I suppose. I wonder when I started this guy. I don't remember. It was a while back. I had a dude come over for a one-on-one coaching session, which I always feel like a nuffy when I do. I always say to the people who come and do it, here's the thing, mate, I'm not a great painter. There's two things I can do really well. One is paint quicker. Two, use an airbrush. So if you want to know either of those two things, I can help you. Otherwise, you're fucking shit out of luck, pal. Haha, Nick and Jags. Back at work tomorrow. How good. You saying don't do it because it's a shit fight, or you saying don't do it because you like me not being there? Cool. I'm going to turn on my emails later on today. Get through some of them. I know I'll be fine, mate. That's what I do. Been doing it for the last, how long have we been doing it now? Almost 6 years, I think. Back in 6 years. Well, I know about a couple of things that happened, but I'm sure there's more glorious things. I don't think I want to use that colour. No. On your Wampa, have a great time, mate. What board game are you playing? Hope it's a good one. Maybe I've got to set up a command for lurk. G'day, Robbie's Hobbies. What's going on? Ah, nice. Enjoy. Thank you, mate. Yes, 6 months. I'll see you, Sleepy Slang. I streamed for 6 hours on Wednesday. It was actually 5 hours and 59 minutes, believe it or not. I reached a natural stopping point and Loki had just come out. So I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. I'm not staying around for another minute. It was a great decision. It is Joanne, yes. It's a very buff walrus. Built like my friend the Nika Jaguar. Wow. That's come up quickly, hasn't it? Appreciate that, mate. It's been a pleasure. I think my own painting has also gone on somewhat of an evolutionary journey over that period, so it's been a mutually beneficial arrangement. You'll be right, mate. It's like riding a bike. Your kids will be really helpful. It has been a difficult time, mate, for many people. I'm very fortunate where I live in Brisbane that we haven't had really significant COVID impacts. We've had a couple of lockdowns that have gone for 3 days and 4 days respectively, and that's about it. I'm very fortunate that my job has continued. So yeah, being able to talk about board games and still experience that, I feel very lucky for that. I will definitely be in the UK at some point, mate. It's one of my favourite places. My girlfriend and I, whenever we travel overseas, we fly into the UK and spend a couple of days in London. A trip 2 years ago, we did a road trip. We went from Edinburgh, we flew into Edinburgh, and we spent 4 days, 5 days in Stirling, which is a town about an hour north of Edinburgh. And we drove around. It was actually like 6 days or 7 days now that I think about it. We drove around Scotland in a car, and then we trundled down through the UK. We went to York, which was an amazing town, and I loved it. And we went to Cambridge, we went to Warhammer World in Nottingham. We had a great time. And then we went to Harry Potter Studio Tour. No, but we had a car, so we went up to Loch Ness one day in Inverness. We went out to St Andrews, we went out to the Trossachs, we went into Edinburgh for a day. It was just like a base for us to operate from. And we chose that because it's a little bit smaller than Edinburgh, a bit easier to access. It was an awesome place actually. There's fuck all to do in Stirling, but there's a William Wallace Memorial and Stirling Castle, and those two things, if you stretch them out, make up 2 days, and the rest of it is just not really. You can go out to where the Battle of Bannockburn was as well, which is near there. But yeah, we just basically use it as a base and a relax. I'm sure that we'll have some more lockdowns and some more frustration to go for us in SA and Queensland. I don't think we're out of COVID yet, unfortunately. I loved Stirling. It was fucking mad. It's a really cool little town. On your Boris. I assume it's Boris. I was actually there. It was a long time ago now. It was like 10 years ago. It was fucking unreal. I really like Edinburgh. The last few years, my overseas trips have been pretty kick-ass. Being able to go to all these places, but yeah, I went to Edinburgh as a part of our trip 2 years ago, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first time I was there, which was interesting. Yeah, these days I'm a bit more about the old kick back, relax. Find a girl, settle down. If you want, you'll get married. Look at me. I am old, but I'm happy. But I have to go away. I know. I have to go. Cool. I don't know if I've checked your Instagram in a while, so I wouldn't recall seeing them. Don't be offended if I don't follow any of you on Instagram, by the way. I have very strict rules about my social media. I'll only follow people who I want to see every day to inspire me. Thanks, over Canova. So if you do catch a follow from me, it's a great day, because it means I'm inspired by your work. Oh, these are mad. On you, Greg. See you, buddy. Catch you with Benny later on, mate, probably. Yeah, my social media, if you have a look at my Twitter, I follow 18 people. And on my Instagram, I think I only follow about 220. Actually, let's have a look. 258. And then on Facebook, every person that friends me, I'm happy for people to follow me and so on. I'll immediately unfollow them, so I don't catch any just shit. Now, the only stuff that's on my Instagram is either very, very close friends and family or people that inspire me to be better. So these look really cool. I like how the lighting, you've taken the lighting even more up to like a pale colour. It creates this really interesting style that if you look at the Cursed City cover, it almost sort of feels like it replicates that palette, that style of like reds and whites and blacks. It's really cool. Really neat effect, mate. Well done. And they are great models, eh? They're fucking so much fun to paint. Yeah, I've noticed the level of detail on Games Workshop models. Feels like they've, particularly with Cursed City, I mean, it's the only stuff I've really painted other than the Underworld warbands. It certainly wasn't an overwhelming amount of detail on those models. It felt appropriate. But what I did notice was just the quality, the crispness of the detail, the way that the paint, almost just the way that the paint like conducts itself over plastic. It's just really nice to paint. You don't always get that with resin, particularly not with metal models as well. Not that I've done a metal model for a while. I'm getting urges to play Kingdom Death. I haven't played it, Kingdom Death, since the middle of lockdown last year. I'm thinking about whipping it out, running through a campaign. See if that inspires me to paint some more of the models. Why do I want to play Kingdom Death? Fucking beats me, mate. Just because I can. Because it's a board game that exists in my collection. And I have no kids. And I can do whatever the fuck I want. decide I want to spend 10 hours in the next week doing nothing but King of Death, I can. Over the plastic, don't know. I don't know if it's in my head or if it's an actual scientific thing. But yeah, I've just noticed the paint seems to act slightly differently on a plastic model, and it's probably just in my head. Yeah, probably. It's a very subtle thing, but I feel like I can feel the difference when I'm painting on plastic. The paint seems to settle on the surface better or something. Don't know. Couldn't give you a specific other than feelings. Hmm. That could be it. It might just be that the Games Workshop sculpts are neater. You know, it's probably this, right? It's probably that the resin comes out of a mold, and the mold itself will have very slight imperfections. The resin itself will have very slight imperfections as a result of the mold, whereas the plastic molds are much, I think they're made out of metal, whereas these ones are usually made out of rubber or whatever it is. So even though plastic and resin are probably similar levels of porousness, it's probably got to do with the fact that the molds themselves have slight imperfections. So when you're painting on this surface, there's lots of minute imperfections that are causing problems, whereas when you paint on a plastic surface, they're not there. We could be absolutely off base, but it's fun to think about anyway. All the times I change. It's your own, there's so much you have to go through. Find a girl, settle down. Oh, you really look at me. Yeah, look at him go. Holding his big stick. He's been sitting there for the longest time. It's good that he gets to go to a new home. Finished. Sort of finished. Which museum? Been to a lot of museums in London. Come on, Walrus, stand upright. It is an amazing name. Walrus Guy, dancing here and there and everywhere. This Walrus Guy is beyond compare. He is a Walrus Guy, Walrus Guy. Oof. Who are we going to raid today? It's exciting. Love streaming on a Sunday morning, because it's a different time to what I normally stream, and there's always different people on. Normally when I do a raid, it's like the same people. Not quite finished yet, but we will be soon. Dark Eternal, thank you for following. Oh, g'day, Lighter Lynn. Are you talking about my walrus? Don't know how many green potatoes there are. Well. I'll let it slide. What's the correct abbreviation for your name? Is it Moo? Is it Breast? I'd feel uncomfortable calling you Breast. Moo. Thank you. Henceforth, I shall call you Moo. Indeed. Boobies! What are we going to paint? What are we going to paint next? just to go through the options, we've got the Roman Tribune, Cat Rogue. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, so I might just show off the options of what we can paint next. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we've got this Nuts Planet Nazi chibi guy with a little cat, but I'm not going to put the cat on there. It's a gift for my boss. That was pretty cool. I like chibis. So that's the first option. I'm definitely going to do that. I'm just not sure when. The second option is obviously the Roman Tribune, but I'm still waiting on a bid for that, so I don't think I'll do him until I get that part. But he's going to be great fun. We'll try and do a pretty good job on him. We'll try and do like a historical palette. I pulled out Uther from Black Crow the other day. The Hound, but I think I'll use the bald head, which is this one, the old bald head, the Roose Bolton head, instead of the Sandor Clegane head. It'd be fun to paint just that head actually. Might try that one time, might just paint a head. And I think those are the options. I want to get through those first, I think, before we go too crazy on other stuff. Yes, mate, I know, but part of the problem is I don't feel like any of those are jumping out at me. Sort of a bit aimless. And if I know that you great friends would like to see me do X, Y, Z, then that sometimes helps me solidify what I'm going to paint. we could do the Nazi cat. Yeah. Maybe I should just paint the cat separately. Paint the cat on a little base by itself. I do feel a little bit tired, but it's also leading into Queensland Model Hobby Expo. So I normally go hard, and then after that I'll probably take a little bit of time off and turn off the stream for a little bit. And just do whatever. Uther Pendragon. I do like Uther. Well, it's Party Monday tomorrow night, and I reckon we'll probably be finished this guy What are you doing, Dino? Stop it. Stop it. We'll probably finish this guy tomorrow. I don't know, maybe what I'll do is I'll leave this guy to finish off on tomorrow night's Party Monday, and then we can finish assembling the other one that we're going to paint, and we'll start that one on Wednesday night stream. I do think it'll probably be Uther, because I promised I'd paint a bust. Yeah, this guy against Maddox would be cool. Thanks, mate. It's going to be entered into Queensland Model Hobby Expo. I still have it. Yeah, it is on Twitch, and I will absolutely let you know when it is, because it will be done at a separate time to my normal streams. It's starting a little bit. It'll be roughly the same time as my stream that I do on a Wednesday night, but it's going to start about an hour later. And yeah, they'll probably announce on their socials all of the bits and pieces you'll need to know. And yeah, I'll talk about it on my stream. So should be a bit of fun. So I think I talked about this. My reasons for starting the stream are selfish. I want to get better, right? But it's also important to challenge yourself, and in a way I don't feel like what I'm doing here has been really challenging. I'm just doing sort of stuff that I don't, am good at, know I can do, which isn't the whole story. I've obviously been doing things that are full on, but stylistically I choose the same models. Use the same techniques, and so picking up another range of models that I've never painted before, about a game that I've never played before, in a scale that I rarely paint, will be a challenge, and something that I can sink my teeth into, as well as interact with some people that I don't normally interact with. G'day Durst Roman. Which again, just provides you some exposure to different perspectives, different ways of handling challenges that might, challenge the way that I think about doing things and so forth. So yeah, it feels like something that's in keeping with what I'm trying to achieve, and the fact that it's not overtaking my existing stream, and that I just get to set sort of a schedule of when I feel like doing it is good. That's right. The only difference is I don't think that the streams will be available on my YouTube, because it is technically not my stream. I'm just tapping in, visiting on someone else's stream. So you'll have to catch them live or on their channel. Oh, thanks for the bits, Lida Lynn. That's awesome of you. That would have been a long day of watching. It's a pretty good stream, I thought. He does have a very aggressive codpiece. You are right about that. I did. Narb paints, or sorry, Narb creates or Narb makes, whatever. I actually had stumbled across one of his videos before. I like him. The guy's quite monotone though. He needs to calm down. Dark Matter Studio. I watched several of his videos. He was good. Someone recommended 52 Miniatures. Wasn't as into his vibe, and I think you sent me one more that I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I watched it. Yeah, actually I did like him. He was probably my favourite of them. I've watched Jazza before. Jazza's got like a channel that's also miniature related. I've enjoyed that. Is he? That's cool. He probably wouldn't have made my top 10 list, mate, but good luck to him. Tabletop time, that's it, yeah. Yeah, his friend's pretty good, Dave or something, whatever it is, Dave-O. He's quite good. Should do it, Lidlin. Get in there. Paint some models. It's the best fun. Chevappy, appreciate that, mate, but I don't think I'd be in the top 10. There's some fantastic painters out there. I certainly agree with your other two, though. Copper wire wrapping. Is that where you rap about copper wire? Wooka wooka. That's a bad pun. I'm very sorry. I apologise for all of you. It's, I don't know, it's supposed to be like a bone, some sort of bone thing. Yes, that is true. I am one of the fastest. But it's one of those weird things. I don't get inspired by people that are quick. Other painters that are quick. I get inspired by people that are very technically proficient, so. Maybe whalebone. Some sort of bone. Best attitude you can have, mate. Just have fun. Mad. Yeah, as I said a few weeks ago, friends, I've really started to get into and enjoy the other creative aspects of the hobby, just aside from miniature painting, particularly people like Nerdforge and, you know, dioramas and that sort of stuff, and cosplayers and crazy shit like that. So it'd be cool to try doing something like that at some point. Or make a copper wire dragon. How good. Yeah, Celebrimble Forge, awesome. Just that whole like dioramas and, you know, shit like that. I mean, when I was a little fella, g'day, thanks New Met Design for following. When I was a little tacker, it was always like dioramas and shit like that. It was fucking awesome, you know. That was the thing you'd look at and get super inspired by. Oh shit. Did you make that? How the fuck do you make that? How do you like polish it up and stuff? Yeah, I'll just turn on my thing so everyone can see what I'm looking at. How the fuck do you make that? Look at all those little bits of white. Did you wrap all those motherfuckers around? Yeah, I love Luke Town. And that one in the middle, did you twist that? Fucking hell. Think about how much time that would have taken. That's super cool. Look at that. Fucking hell. Imagine doing that. Cracking jokes. Very cool, mate. Very cool. Alright, we're going to do a quick matte varnish and then put him on that guy. And see how we look. It's super cool, mate. I've been exposed to so many interesting crafting artists' ideas on Twitch that I had never thought I would see. No. But I'm going to look it up now. I feel like we're finally starting to get somewhere on this guy. He's starting to look a little bit more complete, a little bit more like a model, as opposed to a half-finished work in progress. Yeah, I know. It's cool. Alright, so what I like so far, the color palette feels pretty cool. I definitely think I need to bring the value of the rocks down a little bit, and maybe also soften this part up here down so it's darker, and as we come closer to the model we get a little bit more value there. This probably needs a touch more color, maybe. I'm going to do some tattoos and stuff on the skin, so that'll be neat. And then I just need to, just do the fur and tweak that area down the bottom. And I think we shall have ourselves a completed model for our giveaway this month. Woohoo! Let's run out of models to fucking give away. give away my Cursed City models. I like, so I think you need both. I think you paint the underneath part and then you pour the resin over the top. But I've seen a variety of different techniques where people paint the water and then put a gloss over it, and that can look pretty cool too. But yeah, I prefer doing like a dark layer with some texture and then doing the resin over the top of that. That's what I feel like looks the best. So that's what we shall do today. Well, not today, but when we do it. Probably tomorrow. Cool. All right. That's going to finish us up for today, friends. A beautiful Sunday morning, day before I go back to work. Let's go and find ourselves someone that we can raid, shall we? Oh, you know what we might do? I can do this now on the stream because I can turn on that. Yeah, can't wait. Shavapi, I work for a retail business and I'm a sales and operations manager. There you go. I can actually go and look at people that are streaming here and you can see it. How good is that? What do we want to do? We want to browse for miniature figures. Boom. Alright, this is cool. I can show you this now. How great. I'm good at Twitch. Wow, this dude's building a Lego castle. See you, Paul. This guy's doing trading cards. What do we got here? Rare weekend stream. Finishing Gaunt's Ghost. Let's go have a bo peep at this guy.
It's hard to do some effects because the paint is dry, or it's not dry.
I'm enjoying that guy's vibe, and I like the way he's painting. I'm not a follower of him, so he would be good. I know Benny's streaming, but let's raid someone new. What is Benny doing actually? I've raided him several times.
Finish a Nurgle dude, Lord of Blight. Let me grab him. Which it kind of made me almost want to. I haven't fully committed, but I might.
Yeah, we've raided Benny already. What do we got? I like raiding people that I haven't raided before. Well, there's lots of people here that are doing very few. Oh, this looks cool. Ants, great. All right, let's go. I'm gonna stick it and go raid that dude who I raided, Bark Axe Miniatures. Oh, he's got 32 viewers. I don't want to go him. He's got 32 viewers. No, let's do it. We've never raided him before. What do I have to do? What do I have to call the guy? Bark Axe. There he is. Start raid. Excellent. All right, friends. Well, it's been a lovely time spending today with you all. See you tomorrow night for Party Monday. Get excited. Let's go. Raid.
Who's gonna want this?
That's the one you're gonna get, King.
It's got something, bro.
Right, dude? Oh my god, 40,000 points in a day. Yo, Big Dino, thank you for the raid.
Hey.
Welcome in.
What's up, everybody?
These animals have changed.